Clarence Bumpas, Northern Colorado, middle linebacker, number 56. Honestly, it's an honor. Most of the time, you never really expect these types of things, especially with the conditions of last year's season and whatnot. The fact that I'm actually being considered for something is actually mind-blowing. It's an honor, and I appreciate it. Honestly, all those players are great. There's not really a model I'd actually, model my game after, but at the same time, it is an honor to be mentioned amongst some of the greatest players that ever did it, and some of those who are amongst some of the other great ones that ever did it in the league and whatnot. It's actually, it's exciting. The dream to play in the NFL is one of those childhood things. I feel like everybody who actually gets into the sport is really hoping for one of those. And the simple fact that it could be one of those things, it's ecstatic. I'm not really focused on that yet. My main goal right now is to get W's on the board for my team and put my team where it needs to be. I'm trying to focus on it now. I mean, I would love to play in the league, but right now I'm still in college, so that's where the primary focus is. It's a lot of ball hawking. I'm a guy that has a nose for the ball, so my coaches would say. Some of the areas I do need to improve in, which is what I'm doing right now in the off-season and during camp. But other than that, I would say having a nose for the ball. I'm going to get to the ball regardless at any state. So that's pretty much my thing. I want the ball, and I want it now. I feel that the linebacker position is so versatile due to the simple fact that we actually have to know reads and we actually have to cover and still play the run first. Our linebacker coach is really big on run first, so we have to play that, but we still have to know how to cover. I think that's what makes it such a difficult position, as opposed to the D-line and the secondary, who has like one primary position or one primary goal or objective, which is to either cover the pass or get the quarterback or play the run. We have to do both, so I feel like that's what makes it such a dynamic position. That's the difficulty. Really just relaxing, hanging back, and getting to spend time with my son whenever I get back. Honestly, he's my mini-me. His name is Justice Elijah, and he just turned 1 on Father's Day, so he's about 1 and some change, about 12 months, if you will. He's definitely my pride and joy. He's everything to me. He's a good kid, and he's actually smart, so he's moving along. He's really big on lighting up things, so whatever you got that lights up, he's really on it. I'm not really trying to force him into playing sports, so I feel like we're just going to play it by ear. If he wants to do it, if he wants to get into it when he's old enough, then we'll definitely embrace that. Other than that, I might aid him a little bit in the football, of course, but if he doesn't want to play it, I can't force it. It's definitely it's challenging at times due to the simple fact you can't do some of the things you'd like to do as a college athlete, but all praise and all thanks go to his mom and God, of course. His mom does most of the work, of course. She's really the stay-at-home. She handles most of the dirty work. I only get to step in here and there, but it still changes the perspective. You can't really do some of the things, and you always have to watch exactly what you do, because not only is everybody watching because you're an athlete, but you have something to model after. There's somebody always looking up to you, regardless of what you want to do and where you want to do it or what the case may be. So it's basically, what is the word I'm looking for? It's definitely one of those things that make you grow up. It's definitely something else. I definitely am the sweets junkie, but because we're in camp, it's one of those eat as much as you can, gain as much weight, because, during practice, you're definitely going to lose that, especially during two-a-days. So it's basically just trying to maintain. I'd love to gain a few pounds here and there. That way I get to be more, downhill and violent, shall we say, or more of a presence. But other than that, I'd rather stay fit than get out of shape. So I try to eat as healthy as possible. My strength coach actually recommends it, so I try to stick to the good things. But I do have a bit of a sweet tooth. Not exactly. I'm one of those guys. If I land a big hit, I like to stand over people and help them up. It's more of it's a good thing to the referees, but it's more of an intimidating factor. Nobody likes for the person that dominates them to help them up. You know what I mean? The Sac State game, when we played at home, it was one of those cold, snowy games, and all they could do was run the ball, so it was definitely a smash mouth game. I think one of those, like a third and short stop. It was definitely one of those momentum changes, and it got everybody pretty amped up. But other than that, I mean, all the time, I'm pretty much just enthusiastic about the whole game. I'm fired up, I'm talking, I'm doing all what I can in order to get the team into it and get the crowd. It's actually very beautiful. It may look small due to the simple fact that a lot of the things are all on one side of campus, but we actually have a dual campus. There's a central campus and there's a west campus. The west campus is usually where the football stadium and the sports complex is, and some of the major studies and whatnot. And the central campus is it's across the way a little bit, so it's actually bigger than it appears from first glance. But it's actually very beautiful. We've got a couple of sports fields and tennis courts. We have a nice rec center, dining halls. We have 2. So we actually have 3. Our student center is actually nice. So it's more than meets the eye. Oh, as a matter of fact, I want to say a few weeks back before camp, I got to go to the Big Sky Conference up in Park City, Utah. And we were in the airport, and I was carrying our UNC helmet, the helmet with the NC on the side. And we're sitting in the airport. I'm sitting with my sports information director. And like this 12-year-old kid comes up to me, and he asked me if I played NCAA football. I told him yes, naturally. And from that point on, he gets a big smile on his face, and he's like, all right, from now on, I'm your biggest fan. And that was just like the most random, like spontaneous thing I had ever like witnessed in my whole football career. It was a great thing. That's all I got. Well, it all starts with you guys. We're nothing without you. Our fan support is just as good as it's going to be, and we depend on you like you depend on us. Come support, and we'll support you. Thank you. Clarence Bumpas, University of Northern Colorado, middle linebacker. I'm on the watch list, so look out for me.